The Iowa Hawkeye men's basketball team off to a 4-0 start after a win over Southeast Missouri State on this Tuesday night. 99-70, the final score from Carver-Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City. I'm Cory Brada, host here from the Hawkeye of the Storm. We're here to talk about the victory over the Red Hawks and really the coming weeks, because it's just getting started as it relates to competition for this team. But so far, no flaws on the win-loss record or on the resume. Every game has been an impressive win, a double-digit win, and it was no different against a team that I thought was going to be potentially tricky heading into this game. I'll tell you why in just a minute. But first, a big thank you to our sponsors, one being RTI Threads. Our RTI Threads player of the game tonight was Alvaro Forgueres, 16 points, 4 of 6 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 5 of 6 from the foul line, 5 rebounds. Alvaro, I keep saying the name wrong because, well, for one thing, I said it wrong when he first committed. Alvaro, I believe, is the I'm emphasizing the right syllables there. Alvaro Forgueres. And he was just really good. And his three-point shot is maybe even a little bit better than I thought it would be. I knew the guy could shoot, but, I mean, with his length, that's going to be an asset to have in the Big Ten. There's going to be nights where Brendan Hazen struggles to find spots, find open shots. And a guy like Alvaro who can stretch the floor, get his shot off over bigger defenders, and then, of course, his length on defense. I don't think he's naturally the most gifted defensive player, but his length is going to pay big dividends on both ends of the floor. He's our RTI Threads player of the game. Be sure you shop RTI Threads. Aaron Graves, Zach Lutmer, Jacob Gill, Carson Shire, some of those careers winding to a close, but what better time to make sure you're geared up to remember those great Hawkeyes. RTIthreads.com/NIL. Here's the shirt. This is the Zach Lutmer sweatshirt. It's a chilly, rainy day here in Iowa. It's been misting/raining basically all day, but certainly the Nets were hot. Iowa hitting the 99-point mark against Southeast Missouri State team that pushed Missouri here about a week and a half ago. That was a game in Columbia, and SEMO looked legitimate in that game. I mean, from start to finish, really. It wasn't like Missouri blew some huge lead. SEMO just played them down to the wire, and eventually Missouri ended up winning that game, I think, by 6. But what's interesting about this team, the SEMO team, they're a mid-major. They play in the OVC, the Ohio Valley, but they returned 8 guys from their roster last year from a program, a team that won the regular season OVC title. That is not common. All right. I mean, technically the OVC has changed. Okay. If you look at the participants, the members of the OVC, it is a different conference, but it's been one of the better mid-majors in the last decade plus. So for them to win the regular season title, they lost in the conference championship game in their tournament. So they did not make the NCAAs, but to do that and then to return 8 guys, gives you some indication that they've got some stability there. So I wasn't necessarily surprised to see Missouri get pushed by them, but Iowa was ready to go tonight. I mean, they made there was no moment in this game where it looked like they were in danger of even giving SEMO life. And that's what you got to do against these mid-majors, right? You just never let them come up for air. and really was from the first play of the game, the very first possession for Iowa. In fact, it's ironically enough, Big Grove's big play of the day. Guard Isaiah Howard blowing by Southeast Missouri defender for a dunk on the very first play of the game. And don't forget, the other night against Xavier, I was in person for that game from Carver. Isaiah Howard got pulled early. He turned the ball over 2 or 3 times. Awful start. It was a good performance by the team, but an awful start for Isaiah Howard, who has been starting. Ben McCollum showing faith in the youngster, keeps him in the starting lineup tonight. And first play of the game, he blows by a defender for the easy dunk. So that's making a statement, right? Perhaps a bit of eagerness to get back out there as a starter and prove his worth. And Isaiah Howard, nice play. And Isaiah Howard finished the day. Let me find his box score. I don't have his numbers in front of me. On the night, he finished with 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field. Got to be able to make his threes. He was 0 for 3 tonight, but certainly gave a better effort than the other night. He had two turnovers in this game, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and let's see, 16 minutes. So he's still not, this is kind of like the women's basketball side of things. Kylie Feuerbach's, starting, but she's not going to necessarily play more minutes than someone like even Layla Hayes in some cases, or Journey Houston in other games. Perhaps it's Emily Rodriguez. For the men, Alvaro Forgueras, I projected as a starter. Am I surprised he's not starting? A little bit. And frankly, if Alvaro keeps playing as well as he is, maybe he does slide into a starting role instead of a Cooper Koch or instead of an Isaiah Howard. I think the challenge there is if you play Forgueras, then hey, positionless basketball, I'm all for that. But if you play him in place of Howard, who are your ball handlers? You'd have Maniau, Banks, Koch, and Forgueras. So your only ball handler would be your lead guard, Bennett Sturtz. So I think Ben McCollum, being a former guard himself, probably wants to have a couple of guys in there who are more comfortable handling the ball. That's probably part of the reason why Isaiah Howard is starting as of right now. Folks, Big Grove Brewery is the official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Visit biggrove.com to learn about their many locations, including in Cedar Rapids, Solon, Iowa City, Des Moines. And if you missed the announcement earlier today, Iowa, well, I shouldn't even say Iowa because it's Nebraska. The new store in Omaha is now open. Big Grove's newest location, and I will be there live, not only to talk Iowa hoops, also Iowa football. We'll be there prior to the Nebraska football game. And let me share my screen here so you can see. Here's the official announcement, courtesy of RTI Threads. They're partnering up with myself and Big Grove Brewery for a live show at the new Big Grove Brewery in Omaha, located over on Catalyst Court in Omaha on Wednesday, November 26th. So that's a week from tomorrow, folks. If you live in the Council Bluffs, Omaha area, please come out. Live show will start at 5 p.m. We'll run till about 6:30, and then we'll have a watch party, including yours truly, at 6:30. Women's basketball tipping off against Western Illinois. It's going to be a great time. Great food, great drinks, great people. Right now, this is the way you support the show. If you live in the area, please come out for the live show at Big Grove Brewery in Omaha on Wednesday, November 26th at 5 p.m. There will be merchandise from RTI Threads available, and will be some giveaways there as well. So it should be a really good time. I see people already in the chat. Lemansky is here early. Lemansky, thank you for being here. Of course, he's one of our premium members. We appreciate you, Lemansky, for that. And let's see, we'll go to our first caller of the day, the only one that's on the line right now. The call line is open, 515-635-1601, or you can call in via StreamYard, but we'll add in conversation. Ryan, welcome to the show, sir.
Hey, Cory, how are you?
I'm good. I can barely see your face. You're pulling the Don-Pat. You're pulling one of those Don-Patterson.
Hey, maybe I was doing you a favor. I mean, come on, man.
No, I always enjoy talking to you, Ryan. Welcome back.
Hey, good to talk to you. Got my electronic issues worked out, apparently. So,
me too. I think, hey, knock on wood, the internet issues are resolved. Ryan, I know you watch the show religiously, or maybe not quite religiously, but you watch the show a lot. it's been an ongoing issue for the last month. So cross your fingers, knock on wood. I think I've got my internet issues resolved as well. So we're in the same camp.
Well, I sure hope so, because I think we're going to have some fun shows in the future with this team. I'm going to tell you right now, I get 2 games a year. My dad's a season ticket holder. So basically, if you look at the historic schedules, this year included, it's 2 Saturday games a year, and I'm going to take those. So it's December 6th, Maryland, and February 14th, Purdue, number 1 in the nation. And at halftime, I went ahead and bought 2 more tickets for my boys. They're 17 and 14.
Good for you.
To go with my dad. We'll be my dad and I will be in II. They'll be in JJ, so it'll work out great. But about today, I just, more and more I watch Iowa basketball, and I got a lot of positive thoughts. But Tate Sage and Cale Combs, and I'll say Trevin Drock in particular, are much better than advertised so far. I know we're not exactly playing Purdue, Duke, the big boys, but they can flash enough where you can tell.
Anything close, but yes.
But you can tell they can flash enough where they know how to play at this level. I never said they're polished yet, but I'm already looking at, a scenario where Cale might be the heir apparent for 1 year for Bennett, but in this world of point guards and this world of transfer portal, actually, it's not hard to believe we get another stud or 2 in. Cale will be a starter and the leader. I really like the way things are looking and shaping up. When you think of the future beyond Bennett and Tavion, I love Fulgaris. And I think also, Cory, real quick before I shut up,
yep.
I think the answer to your question was Cooper should probably be the 6th man and Fulgaris the starter. I absolutely agree with Howard being that second ball handler and a great defender. He's the on-ball defender. So you'd really kind of start him, I believe.
Well, I'll say this about Combs. I like Combs from the moment he committed to transfer to Iowa. I thought he was flying under the radar. He's got a smooth game. He's got a nice little floater. I don't know if he's the point guard of the future. It will be interesting to see. It was way too early, obviously. I know we're kind of projecting, but what does this year look like in the end? Has he established himself as somebody who can run a team? I mean, Bennett plays so much, and Ben McCollum has been very clear he intends to continue to play Bennett 40 minutes a game, basically. So I don't know, man. That's hard. It's hard to even envision who's going to be the point guard next year, because if it's Combs, we haven't really seen him do it anywhere. He's got good ball skills. His offensive game I still think needs to come along, but. Yeah, I mean, that's just it's a unique position that we're in.
Think of it, though, Cory, as a worst-case scenario. I mean, we had Kelly Payne, for God's sakes. I mean, we're talking about the worst-case scenario. That ain't all that bad, and I think you could add on to it, whether it's a stud freshman 4-star type of player or a transfer.
Why are we going back to the Cully Payne days? By the way, I remember Cully Payne. Who remembers this? I don't know why this stands out in my brain. Cully Payne neutral site game, and I remember him. I think it was against Texas, and they got thrashed. But I found. Let's see. I'm trying to think of where I found that online, but I remembered it correctly. Cully Payne made was it a half quarter or a 3/4 court shot at the end of a half? I think it was against Texas. Might have been out east somewhere, I don't know if it was Madison Square Garden, but that's the only thing I really remember about Cully Payne, other than the fact that he was a lefty. So maybe there is maybe we should start making Cully Payne, Cale Combs comps.
I think Cale's a better player.
What
much
do you think?
better play.
What do you think Cully Payne is doing right now? It's guys like that. I am curious. Like, where is Cully Payne today? Where's Anthony Tucker? Where's Aaron Fuller? Where are those guys right now? The Licklider guys.
Selling insurance.
We've probably all known.
Probably not even near to the success of Brad Van Meter. But
I was going to say Brad Van Meter's a great example of success in selling insurance. So,
well, didn't say they were Brad Van Meter. I'd also say I really enjoy the buy-in this team seems to have. They do seem pretty unselfish. It's so nice to see defense on Iowa's side again.
yep, that's what Gabe said in the chat here, Ryan. Finally, it's so refreshing, and we heard this every week. Now, it's not that refreshing feel won't last if they start losing, but as long as they're
this is Ben McCollum. He doesn't know how to lose. He doesn't know how to lose. And the other thing, real quick, Cory, that I'm really stoked about is organization on offense. How many times did we see Bohannon and Sanford and Jock and chuck up threes at will? And while I am a big fan of the three-pointer because it's the only thing on the basketball court my sub-6-foot butt could do well, I will also say I realize it's the lowest percentage shot in the game. And I like the three. I just think you got to be more thoughtful about them. And what I think you see here is just some real organized basketball. With Bennett Sturtz, he'll be the asterisk all-time Iowa great for one reason, 1 year. But I think when it's all said and done, he's going to go down with Warridge and Armstrong and Ronnie Lester's of the great Iowa point guards, even if he was 1 year. At least we'll say that 1 year,
Yeah, absolutely. I wish it was more than 1 year. I wish that somehow there was a way, but I mean, he's considered a fringe lottery pick. I mean, he's still just got to prove it against Big Ten competition. But even if he had a way like with Caden Weegan, there might be a potential because he went the JUCO route to come back. Here's a guy that hasn't played all of his years D1.
Well, he wasn't JUCO; he was D2.
I know.
Doesn't that count? What about a rule? If you play 2 years of JUCO, you get 1 year back at D1.
But I don't like. My point is, even if he could fight for that, I don't know that he would. I mean, a guy like that
he shouldn't because he's going to make money. What he's going to do though is show other players what you can do in the Ben McCollum system.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives them real quick.
And if he's a lottery pick or a first rounder for that matter, they said on the broadcast he's mocked at about 20. I've seen him as high as 13. I mean, it gives
them a window. Listen, it gives them a window, McCollum, a gap here of 1 year to build something. I mean, that's what Sturtz does. Imagine if this team didn't have Sturtz. Can you imagine?
Well, no, I don't want to. But
so I'm saying, but I mean, think about it. He could have said, Sturtz could have said, no, I'm going to the NBA. Now, McCollum, maybe there would have been enough money there to go get a big fish in the portal. But man, it would be hard to imagine it working out. And so Sturtz just, it gives him some time. It gives McCollum time to build something.
Yeah. And I think it also kind of just shows with 6 transfers plus 2 recruits. Joey Matoni, did I say that?
Mattioni, yep.
Mattioni, and Tate Sage didn't play for Drake, but they were recruits, and I think you got a lot of loyalty here. I think there's a reason for that. And I was a big Fran fan from a standpoint that I met him 3 times. I really like him. I rooted like hell for him. I also agree it was time for a change. But, boy, if you're going to make a change, I remember thinking, as much as I'd be okay with DeVries, I wanted McCollum. With he's
I
got
did
a better resume than Bo Ryan coming into Wisconsin by far.
by the end of the coaching carousel. I mean, it was apparent that DeVries was going to Indiana, but I felt the same way, honestly, when I, really
From day one.
digging on McCollum. DeVries was the bigger name because he had the Iowa aura, and he had done it at least a year at West Virginia. You knew you were going to get his son with him. But yeah, I mean, McCollum, knowing that you'd get Sturts at the time, I agree. So looking back, it was, I don't know what will happen at Indiana, but it was certainly the right move for Iowa.
So I think, let me ask you, Cory, without too much putting you on the spot, just generally talking, what would you be on the upside be happy with? Obviously, we want a Final Four. We're not going to call Ben McCollum a bad hire if, God forbid, we only get one round in or in at all. But I can see Sweet 16 right away, and from there, who knows?
Let's talk about the tournament first. I just want this team in the tournament because they don't have.
I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Well, I'm not worried about it.
Good.
Not at all.
I'm not worried, but you haven't seen them beat anybody. They haven't played anybody yet, Ryan. They just haven't. Whether we think Xavier might be the Ken Pomeroy, and those ratings aren't a whole lot right now, but his projection is that Xavier is one of the 2 or 3 worst teams in all of high major hoops. We'll see if that pans out, but I'm just saying we're going to get a litmus test next week when they play Ole Miss. That's going to be the test.
All right. Pun intended.
All right. Yeah. Yep.
Pun intended. I don't know if you got that one or not, Cory.
I got it. Xavier Guard. Yep.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going to let you go, but we play Michigan State at Michigan State, and then Ames College and Ames College. So
it's going to be a fun one. I'll be there. So Brian always enjoy.
Be there.
I'll be there.
If we win both of them, I wouldn't be shocked. Just saying. Thanks, man.
All right, Ryan. Appreciate it, sir. Boy, that would be an upset. Iowa over Iowa State on the men's side. It's going to be a battle. Each of those games will be a battle in Hilton. That is going to be a challenge. Yeah. The women have had their success in that series, but boy, Audie Crooks looks good, and she presents mismatches for anyone she goes up against. Folks, Iowa defeats Southeast Missouri 99-70 behind a fast start and a balanced scoring effort from everyone involved. The top scorer was Alvaro Folgueras with 16 points. Bennett Sturts added 15. Nobody shot more than 8 times. It was Sturts. And after Sturts, no one shot more than 6 times. Howard had 6 field goal attempts. Folgueras had 6 field goal attempts. Urach had 6 field goal attempts. That is balance. It's efficiency. Iowa, again, not shooting. They shot more threes. I'll say this. They shot more threes. But when you score 99, you might think they shot 30, 35 threes. They shot 23, made 10 of them. Good for 44%. You'll take those numbers. And Iowa shot 61% overall from the field. So their efficiency inside the three-point line off the charts. And that's been McCollum's motto. We don't take mid-range. We take high percentage twos around the rim, and we take open threes. He believes in the analytics. That's what the analytics say. Kyle Hawks here. Thank you for being a premium member, Kyle. He says, I love the direction we're going, and Iowa beat a big fish this year. Iowa will beat a big fish this year. This team plays good defense. And I don't want to move on until we give a shout out to Bob Hoffman. He brought up Licklider's name during the game. And Bob, just thank you very much for being a premium subscriber. Same thing for VMS and for Amanda. Amanda's in our Discord as well. Are you in our Discord? If not, be sure you join our Discord. It's a fun time, fun conversation where you get up close and personal with myself, along with Kyle Spence, and more features of that Discord coming. Be sure you join the Discord by simply making a donation, either PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, and label that donation Discord. It's $5 a month or $50 if you want to pay in advance for an entire year. Why am I not seeing what happened to our Discord banner? Here it is. Join the Discord server. $5 a month, $50 a year. And this guy offers to pay 2 months of it to start. If you sign up for 3 months, you'll get 1 month. I'm sorry. I mispromoted. Tony will pay.
Now you're putting me on the spot. And that's the first 3 people that sign up in this call-in show. And tonight, I actually have a reason for the first 3, because at the game in the Discord server, you will know this. I got a picture with Jess Settles, Coach Don Patterson, and Coach Ben McCollum right after the game.
Wow.
I was actually right next to Don. I was in section B, row 16, and he was in section A, row 16.
Man, Don.
You want to talk about small world?
Yeah, Don loves his Hawkeye sports, doesn't he? He's at almost all the women's basketball games. I didn't know he'd be at the game tonight, so that's pretty cool. And that's pretty cool that Ben McCollum made himself available. Was this just an impromptu thing, or was he going around talking to fans?
Well, so he was going around talking to fans, and I went down there, and I have it's like the Ben McCollum, John Rothstein shirt, if you want to look it up. But Luke Barnwell, the assistant coach, first noticed it and looked at me. He's like, "That's an awesome shirt," and pointed right at me. And then Ben's walking, because I'm standing by the tunnel, like, "Hey, Ben, can I get a shirt?" He's like, "With that shirt, I will take a picture with you." So Ben literally said that to me. He knew the shirt, noticed it, and said, "With that shirt, I will take
the shirt to the crowd here. Can you show the shirt to everybody?" Uh-oh.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Oh, he's got to dress down. This is not appropriate for.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, you're fine.
Oh, yes.
Ben McCollum, the natural. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I sent a picture of that. That was in oh shoot, what was it? Sorry, I was in an Uber the whole time you were talking to Ryan, so it actually worked out. I just got back to our hotel.
Oh, you're in a hotel. Your service stinks. Why don't you connect to their? Are you on their Wi-Fi or are you on your cell service?
I'm on my cell service. If it's that bad, I can connect to their Wi-Fi. The whole time I was on hold, I was on my cell service in the Uber.
Well, there's nobody else. There's nobody.
Yeah. Let me.
So how about
give me a second? I'll
pull you out, connect to the Wi-Fi, and see if it's any better.
Yep, I can do that. Give me a second.
While we're waiting for Tony to come back, Tony was there at Carver tonight. Of course, we're talking Iowa's 29-point victory. The Hawks led by as many as 30 and win by 29, 99-70. Big Grove's big play of the day was Isaiah Howard's opening possession dunk, where he blows by a defender and throws it down. A thunderous start to this game for a guy who struggled a bit the other night against Xavier at home and got pulled, but he bounced back. He is a good defender, good athlete, certainly. He's still young, still learning, but Ben McCollum is high on him as part of the reason why he's starting as a young newcomer to Iowa. Of course, he was at Drake last year as part of the entourage that came over from Des Moines. So Isaiah Howard gets Big Grove's Big Play of the Day award for tonight's victory. Also, our RTI Threads player of the game, Alvaro Folgueras, 16 points. He makes it look easy with that 3-point shot. 3 of 5 from outside. Also made 5 of his 6 free throw attempts, 5 rebounds. This will continue to be a storyline, folks. Iowa out shooting teams from the free throw line. They went to the line 39 times, made 29 of them. Now, Ben's going to want that number up. 74 probably is not good enough for him. 74% probably not good enough for Ben McCollum. But as far as trips to the line, they almost doubled SEMO. SEMO went to the line 21 times and only made 57% of their threes. But Iowa, again, open threes, shots at the rim, they get to the foul line. That's how they play, and they play defense. I know it's refreshing to a lot of people. It's refreshing to me. But Alvaro Folgueras, a guy who was not with McCollum at Drake, he was at Robert Morris. He is fitting into the fray here early on during the Ben McCollum Iowa era. All right, let's go back to, I believe Tony went dark. All right, we're going to wait on Tony. Let's see. We got a couple of comments in the chat that I wanted to get to. Josh Gibson reminding everybody, hit the like button. Please do that. The thumbs up button, whatever it looks like on your end, whether you're on a smart TV, a tablet, a phone, it does help. We have football postgame coming up on Saturday, but before that, we've got a big women's basketball game coming up this Thursday, and the men play against Chicago State on Thursday. A doubleheader. We'll have a kind of a dual postgame show. We've done those before when you have back-to-back games with the men and the women. So Iowa versus Chicago State, that game will tip at 6 p.m. Central Time. And then the women will play Baylor on, 8 p.m. And that game, I believe, let me confirm, that will be on ESPN2 at 8 p.m. So a doubleheader on Thursday. It will be, at least 5 hours of goodness, right? Probably more than that, between the 4 hours of basketball and then the hour plus of postgame. All right, let's go back to Tony, who is on scene tonight in Carver. Tony.
Is that better now?
Now you're in an elevator. What are you doing?
Well, I was going upstairs to my iPad. It's on my phone. It's all right. Well, is the connection better?
Your connection seems great now. I mean, it looks like there's an earthquake going on. You're moving and shaking.
Oh, yeah. I'm going in the elevator. Sorry, I just got to the floor.
So what was the first time you've seen Ben McCollum's team in person?
Second.
Your second. Oh, you went to the opener. That's right.
Yeah.
Is there anything different tonight than what you saw in game one?
Yeah. Brandon Howson looked a lot more comfortable, I'll tell you that much. But his head looks like he's completely lost on the defensive end. And he just looks uncomfortable playing defense. He really does. You can tell that the other guys have the defense. It's almost like, and I'm not going to say this to bring it back, but it's almost like he's a Fran player trying to learn to play defense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. Like, he doesn't have the fundamentals that all the other guys do.
Well,
he really doesn't.
But he can learn. He can learn.
He can learn. And he's putting in the effort. Because in that Robert Morris game, he was either dinged up or he looked like he could care less. And I don't know if that's because his shot wasn't falling. That's another thing. His shot was falling tonight. And sometimes, when your shot falls as an outside shooter, that kind of might have you put forth your best effort on the defensive end. But right. I want to see how he performs when his shot's not falling and how much time Ben does give him. Because Ben I don't think Ben ever wants the other team to score. I'll be honest. Like, watching Ben, I think if he wins 100-0, he still might not be happy. But he does not like allowing any points at all. Like, he was visibly not happy with some of the defensive possessions.
He was like that when I was there on Friday against Xavier. That was he was very similar Friday. He gets pretty animated when people get riled up about Fran and how he yells at his players. But Ben he's on his guys.
Yes. And I think I forget where I said that, but someone brought that up there. Like, what I said to them is Fran was fiery because he defended his players almost to a fault in my eyes. Like, he never thought that any of his players could do no wrong. Whereas Ben is mad at them and on them because they're screwing up the game. And I don't think I ever noticed that as much with Fran, where Fran was more fiery over a missed call or he felt someone got slighted or whatever. Where Ben, there was one pretty bad missed call, and Ben called the official over and talked to him. Wasn't animated, but talked to him, and he knew Ben wasn't happy. And then they just walked away and, pat each other back and moved on. Where with Fran, it was different. So they're fiery. Both of them are fiery, but in their own unique ways.
Right.
So
let's see. VMS in the chat says he'll take your money. So the
condition. Yep. Go ahead.
The condition here is the money goes to the Discord. So if person needs to send $10, you'll send another $5, and they'll be covered for 3 months.
Correct.
They don't have to commit to a year. They get They get 3 months for $10. So yeah, VMS, you're a premium member here on YouTube. Join our Discord. And I see the question here from James. So James apparently caught the second half. He says, "Are you worried about the amount of points given up?" I mean,
no.
In the chat, I mean, they did have a lot of the reserve guys down the stretch. SEMO is good. I mean, not.
This is going to be our best buy game opponent.
Yeah.
Of all the quote unquote buy games, this is our bet. Like, they're better than Robert Morris. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, I think I was going to say, I shouldn't say they're good because people will blow that out of proportion. But for a buy game, for a G5 opponent, a mid-major, they're a better one. They're one of the better teams in that league. They were picked toward the top of the league, again, after winning the league last year. But I guarantee you, what you said, Tony, is true. Ben is going to get on his guys because I guarantee you there's stuff he's about right now.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of missed free throws, too. A lot of missed free throws. There's points left out there easily.
Now, what's interesting is, so I'm just looking at the stats here, and again, you get caught up in the game. Iowa was 12 of 13 from the foul line in the second half. So 8 of their 9 misses came in the first.
Yeah.
So looking through who missed the most free throws, Howard missed 1, Banks missed a couple, Manyaw missed a couple. Let's see, Fulgaris missed 1, Sturts missed 1, Sage missed 1, Urak, missed 2. By the way, I got a ton of respect for Gary Dolphin. In fact, you've heard me tell the story of Gary Dolphin, and as a kid being able to be up in the press box with Gary, and it left a lasting impression on me. But I don't know if Gary does he just not care about the pronunciation of names?
I don't know, man.
I listened to a little bit of his call instead of listening to, no offense to Jess.
Yeah.
But I listened a little bit to Gary, and I heard him say Urak. He kept saying Urak, and I was thinking it was Urak. I keep hearing people say Urak. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I also heard him say Alvaro. I think that's been cleared up, and it's Alvaro.
Mm-hmm.
Just little things. I just thought it was interesting. And then what was the other one? There was another one that he said that made me think, oh, he keeps saying Hausen. And is it not Hazen?
That's what I thought, too.
The guy says Hazen.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, somebody's not paying attention. You would think the voice of the Hawkeyes that somebody would tell him that, hey, you're mispronouncing all of these guys' names. But anyways, it's minor things to pick at, I guess.
One thing I will say is with Howard, his misses were bad tonight. Like, I had clear on shots for at least 2 of them, and right as soon as it left his hands, that's not even close. Like, yeah. I mean, they were bad. I don't know how bad they looked on TV, obviously, but they looked bad in person. Like, it was not good.
I'm just being frank with you. This is not a game that I'm, reading way.
No. Yeah.
But he has not impressed me so far. Like, he's the almost opposite of Hausen, where he looks way more comfortable on the defensive end. Like, he's locked in on the defensive end. And that's probably why Hasen's not playing much, and why Howard is still starting, because everybody's like, why isn't Hasen getting more playing time? Didn't he start at K-State?
Yep. He put up, like, what was it? I can't look it up, and maybe if you can, what did he put up at Hilton last year? I think he put up like a 30-piece or something. Like, he was on fire at Hilton, and he carried them to K-State blew Iowa State out of the water in Hilton by like 20 or something like that. I forgot he had a huge game, and he couldn't miss. And he's going to have games like that. And I think what people get caught up in is he's getting big NIL money, which, he's a sharpshooter. He probably commands that, but just because he's getting paid that doesn't mean that Ben's going to play him. You know what I mean? Alvaro is probably our second best player, but he's the 6th man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who starts doesn't matter.
I would love to have a conversation with Ben now. I didn't get to log on for the Zoom yesterday, but I'd love to have a discussion with him now that we've seen some basketball, because I'd like to say, okay, is Alvaro not playing because of lineup, like needs having more ball handling? That's or is it because of his defense? Is Hasen not playing more because of his defense? Is Isaiah Howard still starting because of his defense, because he's struggling on offense? And he wasn't quite as careless, but he did have a pair of turnovers tonight. So there's different things. It's just interesting to see how Ben's mind works, and it's the opposite of Fran. It appears to be the total opposite. Fran played guys who couldnd play a lick of defense if they could shoot a 3, and this is the opposite. Fran would be starting Hasen. Okay, he would be starting Hasen. You know that, Tony. And you
Oh
have
yeah, no, I agree. I agree. And I think to answer your questions, I will say yes on the Howard and Hazen thing, where Howard is playing because of his defense, and yes, Hazen's not playing because of defense. The one thing about Alvaro is he does help a lot on defense, and his defense is actually pretty good. I think Alvaro might just be coming off the bench because he's one of those guys that he may like seeing a few minutes of the game, and he may feel more comfortable that way, like seeing how the game flow is going to go. And now, okay, this is how I see the first few minutes of the game. Now, this is how I'm going to insert myself into the game because he is a very versatile player.
Look at
Full Garrison.
Steve in the chat says Hawks will finish in the bottom half of the Big Ten. Not quite quick enough, but they will be competitive and fun to watch. Okay. That's not a crazy take. The Big Ten is deep.
No, Big Ten's deep.
The Big Ten is better than it was last year. I think the Big Ten is a lot better than it. They have won more early season games right now. Like Purdue looks really good. Michigan State looks really good. I still think Illinois is going to be really good. I think Nebraska is going to be pretty good. I don't think Minnesota is going to be very good. Okay. But man, this league is deep. And then you talk about the West Coast teams, and those just add more variables here. So I don't.
Well, one thing I will say to counter that, to give some pushback there is, and you mentioned this, I believe on the Xavier post game or which one, that I feel the same way you do, that I think more often than not, most nights we're going to have the better head coach on the opposite end. I really do.
I'm not used to, with all due respect.
Yeah.
And I for a long time, but there were plenty of games where I'm like, man, he's going to get out coached.
The only thing that I will say Fran was excelled at and amazing at was out of bounds plays.
Sure.
And I don't know if I've seen a better coach do that. Like, it was almost a guaranteed bucket. Almost, you knew we were going to get a good look.
Yeah.
Almost every time. Whereas outside of that, I would not put Fran up against anyone X's and O's wise, like to make in-game adjustments. Ben, I think he's going to win us some games based off of that. I really do. And these guys put effort in. That's the other thing too is, what's up? Anyway, sorry. I thought I heard something. Anyways,
or what?
No, I heard someone say thing. I don't know. Maybe it was someone behind me or whatever. But anyways, no. The thing with he said is, yeah, we may be out athleted, but I'm going to tell you right now, we're not going to be out efforted.
Yeah.
The effort. I mean, and you probably noticed that in the Xavier game too. That's another night and day difference. Is the dive? Like the saying of diving for loose balls. Like, this team is going to get those floor burns. And there was times, I mean, the crowd was just dead, which I get, and I'm not going to, fault them. It's the game, it's the opponent, and nothing to get excited. But the team was literally trying to get a defense chant on the defense, and try to get the crowd to say it and stuff like that. So I really think that their effort and intensity is really going to carry them and stuff.
Real quick. Yeah, Bob has a question. He's one of our premium members. We're going to hit this question. Do you think we will run our offense? Do you think the way we run our offense is why our shooting percentage is so high?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes. And yes.
Yeah. They are very high. What's the number right now? Points per possession?
Yeah, what does Ken Palm have it updated? I'm sure he has it updated after time. It's like 1.5 or something like that.
Let me see if I can find Ken Palm's numbers. Yeah, so it should be updated for the game. They're 33 overall in Ken Palm, and
they moved up. They were 39.
Is this one of their premium stats? I'm not a premium member of.
No, it shouldn't. No. It should be, if you have it. It should say adjusted O.
Yep, I see it now. Adjusted offensive efficiency. They are at 20th. So 119.7.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So they kept somebody into the hotel.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
Bob, thank you. And a couple things. Ken, I can
yeah, just keep going. You're good. Yeah. This is gonna be taken care of in 5 minutes. They're calling the PD, and this guy literally has like a half liter of whiskey, and he's flying through the lobby, and he keeps running back and forth. And the front desk person is calling the police department.
get Tony
Yeah.
calling from the hotel.
Holiday Inn, right by the Coleridge Mall. It's not like it's a bad area. Yeah.
But Ken, I can wait to play Iowa State. I don't
can either.
watch that game. Now it's going to be fun, but that's a really good team across.
Yes. Yeah. And they're going to get tested. Do they have that? I don't have it. And sorry, I keep asking to pull this stuff up because I'm not at my normal setup. When do they play in that NIL tournament?
Iowa State.
Yeah, because they have that tournament's like loaded. What?
Is that the NIL tournament in Las Vegas?
Yes. There's
Yeah,
like 16 or 18 teams.
Yeah, that game is next Monday in Vegas.
Okay. And they hit 2 or 3 games. Like, who do they play? Is it Creighton to start?
No, it's St. John's, then it's Creighton, and then it's the championship.
They're going to, they already played Creighton once. I think Creighton.
Don't forget, right before Iowa, you know who they get?
Who Iowa State gets?
Yeah, right before Iowa.
I want to say it's Purdue. It's at Purdue. Is it Purdue? At Purdue. Yep. Yeah, and it's like it's only like 2 days rest, right?
It's 4 days rest, but
okay.
they are the opposite of Iowa's schedule.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think part of that is, and I had this discussion with someone about the women's team. Like, the women's team has a tough non-conference schedule. We brought it up with the UNI game because I was like, I asked the question, like, how long do you think we'll play UNI and Drake? And obviously, here comes the police. But anyways, I'll tell you in a second. The police are here. So, anyways, I'll tell you after.
Are you in danger? I mean, what?
No, I'm just a guy who's super hammered and walking out with a bottle of liquor, but the police officers are here.
Hey, can you pan around? Can you turn the camera around so we can see? What am I saying? I don't see anything. Give me a better view here.
The phone's flipped. It should be. Oh, well, whatever.
Anyways, hey.
I'm saying no. What I was going to say. Sorry to carry on to my point. I think Ben got stuck behind the 8 ball with the scheduling because a lot of the scheduling happens. Like I think we actually were scheduled to play St. Louis in a regular season game, and Ben didn't want to play him, and that's the reason we played him in a secret scrimmage. So
why didn't Ben want to play him?
I don't know. I have no idea.
You thought they're going to lose?
I don't know. I really have no idea. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe he wanted. I have no idea. But I mean, these non-conference things get set up. At least, like, he's probably working on next. I hope we've got a second officer coming. Anyways, he's working on probably next year's non-conference. Hey, who knew this would be all the excitement at the post game, Cory?
Hey, Healing Crusaders radio show says if Iowa loses to Ole Miss, they'll play at 11. He's right. They'll play at 11 p.m. Central Time out in Desert, California. So 9 p.m. Desert Time start. That is crazy. Let's hope that's not the case because I'd like to be able to watch it with everybody that's hanging out in Omaha right after the women's game. They would play basically right after the women's game, and we can just stay and watch at least most.
What time did the women play?
They play at 6:30 next Wednesday against Western Illinois. So
okay.
They were unfortunately we wouldn't be able to watch the game at Big Grove if it starts at 11.
Do they close? Does Big Grove close that? You wouldn't think they.
You think they're open till 1 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day?
No, that's a Tuesday Wednesday thing, Cory.
No. Listen, if they lose to Ole Miss Tuesday, they will start at 11 p.m. Central Time on the eve of Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
That's the busiest bar night of the year. Thanksgiving Eve.
Okay, maybe
it is. I'm just telling you it is because everyone leaves their families.
Maybe, but
to go watch the
I don't want to be up until 1 p.m. Oh, I don't want to be
that's
up
normal for me.
2:30 a.m. doing a show. But
hey, you know what? I will volunteer to do the show for you.
Are you coming over to Omaha?
No, I can't because I have to work Thanksgiving at Prairie Meadows. I only get one. I only get Wednesday off.
No big deal. Just drive back. It's no matter. Just drive back.
I only get Wednesday off that week. I only get one day off. I'm
Wednesday
forced
off.
to work.
Come over for the show. Come over to watch the game, and then drive back the next day. It's fair. See? Yeah.
I wish I could, but
Bob says he could.
yeah, I did. Do you need me to? Can you get my phone? I'm on like a conference call. Can you take my phone number and then I'll call you back? Yeah, I saw a lot, so you're good. It's 515-480-4207. You can probably give me a call back in a half hour, Tony. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it. You're good. They were asking me if I saw anything, so they just wanted me as a witness.
This is the
I'm
most
sorry.
wild live podcast moment in history.
Yeah, I'm literally in the Holiday Inn.
Maybe that cop watches the show. You ever thought about that?
Maybe he just wanted to be on your post-game show.
Is he an Iowa City cop or a university cop?
Coralville. We're in Coralville.
You're in Coralville.
Yeah, we're literally like, where Coral Ridge Mall is. We're like, I could see Coral Ridge Mall from my, like, if I walk out the front door. So it's not like it's not like a super residential area, and there's no bars close by either. That's the weird thing.
Kyle Hawk says Ole Miss only beat Austin Peay 72-65 tonight, and they played no one except Memphis.
That is true. That is true. But what if you want to do comparative results? Because people are wondering about tonight's game. You said it, and I don't know if you did say it tonight, but I know you have. I mean, Southeast Missouri State played Missouri to a 5-point game.
Yep. And by the way, real quick, just to give Ole Miss some credit, they did beat Memphis.
Yes, they did beat Memphis. Yes.
So,
yes. But I think that was their only test.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, okay, they struggled against Austin Peay, but they did beat Memphis. So
they did.
Yeah.
The one thing is this team has taken care of business. I think they've covered the number in every game because the number tonight was like 24.5. What was it, 70-99?
Yeah.
70. Well, metrics matter because you said they're up to 33 in Ken Palm, right? They were 39 before the game, so they moved up 6 spots just in this one game and a bye game.
Yeah.
And Ben, I think you said when you asked, because I told you to ask Ben about that in the opening press conference, I was like, hey, what's his scheduling philosophy? And he said he's going to schedule and play with metrics in mind.
Yep. Which he says that, but that's also, that doesn't really tell us exactly, unless you do dive, what he's going to do. I mean,
you have no idea. So I mean, it really could be like this year's schedule. We could really see a lot of that, where it's bye games and it's go ahead.
I want to make a note here about scheduling.
I saw that he was just walked out in handcuffs. Sorry.
Again, ridiculous. But
so it's done. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Note about scheduling. So Ole Miss did play Austin Peay tonight on the SEC Network Plus, but they don't have another game until they play Iowa. Iowa has to play Chicago State. So will they?
But who's Chicago? Chicago State just played somebody.
Dolph said that Chicago State is better than they have been.
Well, they are, but
they've been a really bad program.
Yeah, but they weren't independent. They weren't in a conference.
So they lost by 30 to DePaul. They lost by 22 against St. Louis. They lost.
Which St. Louis is a good team.
Man, they've played a rough schedule. They lost by 32 to Butler.
Yeah.
They beat they lost to UIC, who's from the Missouri Valley now. And then they just lost to Minnesota tonight.
Minnesota? No, that was last night. I remember watching at the casino. I think that game was it tonight? I thought it was last night.
No, it was tonight.
What was the score?
I think
it was a closer game.
We're drinking too much of that guy's whiskey. It was a 12. It was a 12-point. Only lost by 12. Now, Minnesota's not very.
Minnesota's not good. No.
But that's a murderer's roast. Like, unbelievable amount of high major competition that they're playing. They also, that's to play at Indiana in December.
Yep.
So, anyways,
I mean, it's not like there'll be a good test for us, but this team goes out and plays teams.
Michael Honeck on Discord, and he says it's awesome. So VMS says maybe he'll join so he can explain his name.
Sure.
Sure.
We don't. It's not just strictly. It's BS talk too. It's not just all Hawkeye sports.
So you know how to join. We threw the banner up here a little bit ago. I'll throw it up one more time. If you're new to the channel, we have a Discord. And
I wanted to try to recruit Doug and James tonight. I want to get both in.
Get those guys on there.
Yeah. Doug and James, I'll pay for 1 month, you pay for 2. All you have to, Cory will show me that you paid $10 and I'll send $5 and you're good to go through the next 3 months.
You can take my word for it.
Whatever, whatever. So, I still got to get that email to that guy because I unfortunately correctly picked the football score right.
Yeah, you are won our RTI giveaway too. How about that? You were 5 points off on our RTI Threads giveaway, which I will say this, it makes me feel good to know that you won this week because you do support the show in a bunch of ways, and I appreciate it. So,
yeah,
you're going to get 4 items from RTI Threads. So, you should have already gotten an email. Did you get? I
did. I just I was driving all day. Driving an hour and a half, and then I actually took the bus to the game because there's a bus stop right outside of our hotel. It only cost $1 to get from Cory. It cost $1 to get from Coleridge Mall and get dropped off in the dental lot.
James says he's here. Is it your name in Venmo? You just click on the link in the description, James. There's links in the description for Venmo, and it goes right to our account. So that's the easiest way for you there.
I didn't even realize this. Of all this craziness, and I don't think either one of this says the point, I literally just gave out my personal phone number on air. Just listen to me talking.
Nobody cares. I didn't even think about it. So
I didn't even think of it either. I was just like, the cop. I wanted to tell him what was going on because I feel bad because it's a female desk clerk and she didn't know what to do. And if it wasn't for me, because he kept looking at me. If it wasn't for me, I don't know what he would have done to that.
Why are you calling into the show?
Well, I'm just sitting here. A drunk like that, I don't want to make more of a scene than anything. So I just sat here calmly. I knew the guy wasn't going to do anything.
Tony the Tiger saving the day. Bob Hoffman says he wished he could have seen the Big Grove play of the day, but apparently he didn't see it. Okay, I get. Yeah, that's true. It was on.
Because it started late.
So if you're on cable and you weren't on the Fox Sports app, then you wouldn't have seen that. So I'll tell you what, Bob. Let me show it to you real quick, since I have it up here because I know I can grab it via. They shared it out on
social media. Yeah, on the men's basketball account they did.
So I'll throw this up there on the screen since we're late into this thing. So here's the breaking ankles early start for Isaiah Howard. So Sturts takes it up. You see the clock just 6 minutes in. Quick.
Boom. Yeah.
Break of the ankles, and Howard flushes it. So that is Big Grove's big play of the day. So
what's crazy about that is shooters, when that first shot goes in, he shot poorly after that.
Yeah, I know.
That's what's crazy is usually when you make your first bucket.
He's a good athlete, but
he is. Oh, for sure.
Not proven to be a great shooter yet.
No, not yet. So
yeah, hopefully that improves. So
yeah. I did get the stuff for the RTA threads and stuff like that. I will get on that and I'll email that to that guy and stuff like that.
Well, Tony.
I did meet. Always. I do want to say I told Jess, and you said you didn't listen. You said you listened to Dolphin Bobby, right?
Yeah.
I told Jess to plug the show during the game.
He did. Okay.
I did.
Go back and listen. No, hey, if he did it, somebody would have tweeted at me or something. But he's not going to plug some podcast.
Oh, I know.
I know. Was it on? Was it Big Ten Network or?
It was Big Ten Network. Yeah, and he had Cory Provis with him.
Yeah, I like Provis.
Yeah. Good. So it was. I'm gonna listen to it, later because that'll be a good listen. But I can't wait to hear. Jess got pictures of a half dozen to a dozen people for the game. He's still a star, man.
You gotta like that about Jess. Yeah, he's a man of the people. For sure.
He is.
He's
he is. I hope he listens, and I appreciate him taking the time because I called, and the first time I was trying to get a picture with him, he's like, "Give me 10 minutes and come back." I'm like, "Okay," because I think he had to do some spot on TV or whatever.
James just paid for. I just want to tell you this, James. He just paid for 1 month, but you got to pay for 2 months. So you're
in another $5.
If you want Tony's deal, you got to pay for 2 months, and then he's gonna add another $5 in there, so you get 3 months. So you got to pay for 2 months to get the 3, if that makes sense. So
Do I need to add to my disclaimer? Terms and conditions do apply to this game. You probably want to get to sleep, don't you?
I do, but you
That's fine.
You got to drive.
I could. No, I'm at the hotel. I'm not driving back. I'm going to bed. I got nothing else to do.
Oh, but in the morning you got to drive back.
But we don't even have to be back to Des Moines till 1, so it's never my kids wake up.
Enjoy the little mini trip. So.
Yeah. I think the next game I'll be going to in Iowa City will be USC.
Okay. Yeah.
But I will be at the Des Moines game.
Okay.
I did get tickets for that.
Good for you. I'll see you there. I plan on being there as well.
Yeah. And if I do, I'm gonna talk to work because Prairie Meadows has a suite and I just got promoted. If no one's using that suite, I will let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
And you can join me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll likely be there as media.
Okay. And I get it. So it'll be like just Sioux Falls. Yep, I got it.
Yeah. But let me know. Keep me posted.
Yeah. No, for sure. I'll do that. Right,
Tony.
Hey, have a good night.
Sure. Yep. Be safe. The Hawkeyes defeating Southeast Missouri tonight, 99-70, and they'll play Chicago State Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time on Big Ten Plus. The Hawkeyes were led by a sterling effort from Alvaro Forgueras, who finished with 16 points on the night, along with 5 rebounds, made 3 threes. Bennett Sturtz, their star guard, 15 points for Bennett, made 5 of 6 of his shots at the line, 4 of 8 from the field, had 9 assists. Cooper Koch finished with 9 points. Tavion Banks with 6 points. Cam Manyow, 12 and 3. He was 4 of 4 from the field. Cale Combs had 6 points, perfect from the foul line, 4 of 4. Brendan Hazen made a few threes, 3 of 5. Tate Sage, he got to the foul line 6 times, made 5 of them, finished with 7 points. Trevin Urach, 4 of 6 from the field, 10 points for the true freshman. Joey Mattione got in there for a few minutes and played well in his few minutes out there. Had 2 points, made his only field goal try, and also finished with a steal. The Hawkeyes outpacing the Red Hawks from the line, 39 attempts to 21. And for the game, Iowa shot, let's see here. Let's look at game team comparisons here. 61% from the field. The Red Hawks actually shot 52%. There are going to be things that McCollum won't like on tape. But again, solid effort. They dominated a team that has tested other teams like Missouri, played Missouri to single digits. The Red Hawks only made 6 threes on the night. Also did not take a lot of threes, 16 3-point attempts. They turned the ball over 17 times to Iowa's 11. The Hawkeyes were +2 on the glass. They want to dominate the glass better than that. But again, very little to be upset about. They jumped out to the early lead and never looked back. Folks, join the Discord. Donate to the show if you can. Please support our sponsors. And don't forget, I'm going to keep plugging this until we get there, right? Until we get there. Be sure you join myself and RTI Threads along with Big Grove Brewery out at Big Grove Brewery in Omaha. And we may have a special guest joining the fray there. Be sure you check out the new Big Grove Brewery. You can't go wrong with their Easy Eddie, any of their food. It's all awesome. And RTI Threads will be giving away Iowa athlete merchandise next Wednesday, November 26th, 5 p.m. Central Time. And then we'll have a watch party after at 6:30 for the Iowa women. Big Grove Brewery in Omaha. Thank you for being here, folks. Have a great night. Your Hawks are 4-0. We'll talk to you Thursday.